Jordan, here we are at the end of 24-25. First of all, thanks for hanging out with me. Let's do it like this. You talk about growth and development over the season. I just want your assessment on what you've learned about yourself over this past season.
It was a really good season, just being able to learn new players, changing pieces, some new young guys, being able to play my position again, just throughout the course of the season. I think something that I learned was, I love being in a leadership role. I love trying to lead guys the right way, being able to love your craft, take the craft seriously, but also be very authentic to yourself, genuine to yourself, and then kind of just, be an example of that for, those who want to go along that path or use it as a reference. So I thought that was something that was cool for me that I was able to learn this year.
Indeed. Now, I know last summer you were able to take a couple of young guys under your wing, kind of introduce them to how you do things at the NBA level. What does this upcoming offseason have in store for you?
Obviously always get better, find ways to continue your answer game on the court, in the weight room. But just trying to find ways to get together with some of the young guys in the offseason and see what they're working on, see if there's a few things that they can add to the game to enhance them so that it makes us a better team going into the next season. And really just taking advantage of this time off as best we can, but using the time that we have to very actively find ways to get better, because you've got a really good group over there and we want to be competitive next year. And that definitely has a big part to do with what you do in the offseason.
How do you balance it out with the downtime? Because it is the quote-unquote off-season, and rest is as important as it is to work. So what does Jordan Poole look like for downtime?
Yeah, you always got to get your rest, especially just because you go so hard, for, 8 months, 9 months throughout the course of the NBA season. Always find ways to just stay active. Have a plan, whether that's with your strength coach, whether that's with your skills coach or team or organization. Have something in place so that you're actively finding ways to maximize your time off and getting better, but also enjoying it, enjoying your downtime, being able to spend time with family, spend time with friends, for the mental health, because that's something that's extremely important as well. But finding a balance is probably one of the challenging parts, but that's also the fun part, kind of about the league, knowing that you have so much, time on your own to do your things when you're not with your team, and it also shows how much you love the game and love your craft, depending on how hard you are.
Indeed. My final question for you for this year. So here we go. Load it up. It's not even for me. It's for the fans.
Yeah.
Your final thoughts.
Shout out to the fans.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say, man. Any final thoughts that you just want to impart on them as you head off into your offseason?
I rock with D.C. We going into our third year next year. I think this year on both ends we're able to openly just accept each other. And I like the way we went about it, just because D.C. wants to kind of see who you are, what you're about, how you go about things, how are you in times of adversity. Very similar to the place I grew up in. I like that. I'm not like a just open, talk to anybody type of person. I like to sit back, analyze, and be reserved. And this year was a lot of times, a lot of moments that we had just in Cap One where you felt the energy, and being able to openly interact with the fans, stuff like that. I love that. Hitting a big shot, going over there, dapping up the fans as we go into the timeout, or looking into the stands and just seeing the kid with the jersey on, or seeing how engaged everybody is, because there's a sense of life and a sense of life with this team. And that's something that I've always enjoyed doing, playing basketball, is interacting with the crowds. And it's kind of cool to see how locked in we were with DC this year, and it's only going to get better.
On behalf of DC, we appreciate you.
I appreciate you
Jordan
guys.
Poole, always showing up.
Okay.
Go enjoy your offseason, brother.